Welcome to Tactics and Touchlines. Today, there's a trend going on, and we have two pundits here. One Arsenal fan, one Man United fan, and you know the trend that is going on. The Man United 2007-2018 team against Arsenal 2025-2026 team. If they are playing a fixture today, which of these teams are going to win this particular game? Let us know in the comment section right now which of these teams you are going for before we speak to the fans of this clubs and we get to know what they think about both teams, especially on the opposite side. And finally, we find out from them if there's going to be a fixture today, who is going to win that particular game. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share so that your friends can also get a chance to watch amazing content like this. Looking at our back end, we get to see that 85% of our viewers haven't subscribed yet. So please subscribe to the channel right now so that we can bring you content like this. Welcome, Prince. Welcome, Sam, to today's trending news on Man United versus Arsenal.
Thank you.
So firstly, let's go into both teams, the 2007-2008 Sir Alex Ferguson team. Then we'll look at the Arsenal team with Mikel Arteta 2025-2026 team. So starting with the Man United team, we have Van der Sar in post. We have that is Brown on the right side, Ferdinand, Vidic, and Evra. That is the back line of four. We have Carrick, we have Scholes, Nani, Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney. That is the Man United 2007-2008 squad. Let's look at the Arsenal squad as of now with Mikel Arteta. So Arsenal's best team as of now. So in goal post, we have Raya, we have Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Caliafuri, we have Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Victor Gyökeres, and Trossard. These are two teams which are bringing a lot of concerns, especially with the performance Arsenal are putting now in the Premier League and also in the Champions League. We'll give them credit for that, being one of the teams dominating the Premier League and also dominating the Champions League, with 7 wins in the Champions League, just conceding 2 goals. Let me start from Prince. Looking at this team, comparing this Arsenal team with Mikel Arteta with the Invincibles, that would be the best Arsenal team ever assembled. Mikel has been able to break a lot of records, even set by the Invincibles. The only thing left is that unbeaten run through the whole Premier League season. Comparing these two teams, which of them has been more dominant for you? And looking at this Arteta team, do you think they can also maybe be the Invincibles in some years to come?
This is a tough question, honestly. Initially, when I saw this news trending, I kept asking myself, where is all this coming from? Because we Arsenal fans, we usually don't like this banter and rowdy behavior. You can actually see it that way. Usually the Chelsea, we Arsenal fans, we are usually calm and collected. So I don't know where this is coming from. But anyway, Arteta is doing well. Arteta is doing well, and we all have to come to that agreement that this wasn't the Arsenal team. Curtis, what's the name? Papadopoulos and I've forgotten their name. Leno, all those guys back in David Luiz and all that. But he has been able to put his pieces together and form a very strong Arsenal team that we are so proud of. Even those who are not Arsenal fans sit back and applaud Arteta for how far he has brought this team. I look back at the Invincibles, and honestly, it will be difficult to want to say that this team is much better than the Invincibles. Fine, I didn't get to watch most of their games, but with the little that I watched and what I've read about them, honestly, I think this team, this current crop of players would have to do a little more to get to that level. Because if I'm looking at even the flanks, I'm looking at where Trossard is playing now. That's where the likes of Thierry Henry, and I don't think you want to even compare Thierry Henry to Trossard to Thierry Henry in any way. You understand? The likes of Reyes, those guys, Beckham, those guys were superb. Just something else. And honestly, Raya is so good. Raya is so good. But those times, the likes of Ammonia or something like that, that guy was so good. Even came down to check. These guys are good. These guys, you could clearly see that they added so much to. They added so much individual qualities to the game. Aside playing as a collective team, you could clearly see that what they bring to the team was something you can overlook. You can clearly see that this is quality, and I think it will take a while. It will take consistency. It will take enough training and self-determination for these guys to want to qualify to that standard of team that Asenwenga assembled somewhere around late 19s to the 2000s. And also, you also asked about. Did you ask about me comparing them to the current the 2007-2008 United team?
No, we are looking at Arsenal now. So one thing I want to ask is, if Arteta and these boys are to win the Champions League this season and also win the Premier League, would you rate them ahead of any Arsenal setup that has been from existence? Because that is one trophy Arsenal has not been able to win, especially in through the invincible time. So if they are to do it this season, are they going to be the best Arsenal setup?
I think if they are to do this thing, we'll try and give that to them, because Arsenal hasn't won any European trophy yet. Aside the domestic ones, we've not won any European trophy. So if the likes of Gokres, Gabriel, and the captain Odegaard and Clarice and all these guys are able to do that, I think we should give them that credit. That if someday we are writing down the history of Arsenal Football Club, this group of players should be named one of the best that were assembled by Mikel Arteta.
So, Sam, looking at this, there've been a lot of controversies going on comparing Arsenal to Man United squad, especially with this weekend game coming up. I want us to look at the Man United side. This 2007-2008 squad has been named one of the best teams. We saw how dominant they were in the Premier League and also in the Champions League. But we know Man United had one of the best squads in their 92 squad. I don't know if you had a chance to read or watch any videos about those teams. Comparing this 2007-2008 squad to the 92 squad, which of them are you going to rate higher? And what are some of the differences you are going to tell our viewers about?
It's first of all, thank you very much. I think that 92 squad, these are people that built the team. I think these are people that establish a culture for the team that we love so much. The great Manchester United. Through the Bayern incident to now, this is one club that holds its history in a very high esteem. I didn't get a chance to watch the 92 squad, so there is just a little I can say about them. But we've read about them and we've heard about them. The great Bobby Charlton and his people. Now, these, if you take into consideration the history of Manchester United, from how the club was even built to where we are now, it's a club with that holds its history in a very great esteem, very high esteem. So it will be disrespectful for me to even compare the 2007 to those 92 class of people. I think they built something that they laid a very strong foundation that we are still enjoying now. The 2007-2008 team was I don't even know the right word to use for them, but they were amazing, like a solid team from back to front. But since I didn't get a chance to watch the 92 people, I can't really compare these two because these are two different generations. But out of respect and from what I've read and what they built for the team, I will always give it to the 92 squad, because without these legends, there's nothing like the 2007-2008 people. So kudos to the 92 legends for what they built for the team and what we are enjoying now from what they did. Yes.
Okay. So looking at this Man United team, I think the 2007-2008 squad Man United team was one team, even as a Chelsea fan, I was very jealous about, because looking at the likes of Tevez, Ronaldo really leading the line. I remember exactly their red jersey with that. There was a white thing at the top side and white thing below with their numbers. I was so jealous with the squad, their style of play and everything. And I think it was one of the best teams in the EPL as at then, even though the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea were battling them. But you could see that leadership, charisma, everything was based in that team. Looking at this Arsenal team, you said?
When you mentioned Liverpool, Arsenal, and I heard you saying Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea in those times.
Okay.
And looking at this Arsenal team as of now, people are speaking about them. Defensively, they are very solid. One of the most defensively solid clubs in the world as of now. They are finding ways and means to score even against the toughest opponents. And in this season's Champions League, they've been able to beat Inter Milan, one of the best teams in Italy. They've beaten, that is Bayern Munich, one of the best teams in also Germany. Atletico Madrid, one of the best teams in Spain. So all around, their performance is up there to be one of the best teams. I think the only thing that they need as of now, at the end of the season, to crown themselves one of the best in the world is with trophies, the Champions League, the Premier League, maybe the EFL or the FA Cup to add, and they can also boast of having a treble season with this Arteta squad. And I think most Arsenal fans are looking out for that. But our pundit will let us go. We'll go into details, player to player comparison a bit for what they will choose, because our viewers want to hear from you. With player to player comparison, which of them are you going to pick, and your reasons behind it. So we'll start with the goalkeeping department. We have Raya against, that is, Van der Sar. We are comparing them not based on trophies or anything. We are comparing them based on performance in games and also their support in the team as a whole. So, Sam, between Van der Sar and David Raya, which of them are you picking?
Van der Sar. Raya don't even come close to even the second keeper. What? Do you know Van der Sar? No, wait, I'm coming. The suspect is too much. Do you know Van der Sar?
Raya too has been one of the best goalkeepers for me.
Oh, now listen.
Comparing these two.
Let's the strikers from the 2007-2008 season. Let's strikers from
there. But to me, I think as of now, the closest goalkeeper in the Premier League, comparing to Van der Sar, would be David Raya, because Van der Sar was very good with reflexes. He was very good with positional stuffs. He was even called the cat that time. And as of now, if you want the goalkeeper closest when it comes to reflexes, saves, everything, it would be David Raya. So you are picking Van der Sar. So praise between Van der Sar and David Raya. If you have to select one person into your team right now, who are you going for?
I watched Van der Sar. I was so privileged to watch that guy. That guy was so good. There's always one game I would never forget. It was Chelsea against Manchester United. The game. And that day I was watching the game at the video center, and I think it was Fernando Torres that had the ball, and the ball was already in the net. I think the Chelsea fans had shouted even goal. It was from nowhere. I don't know how Van der Sar did that. Before we could see, he had already flipped the ball over the bar, and the people were shouting goal, and now had to now go like, oh. I was like, wow. I think that was my first time seeing a save that shook me, honestly. And I've been watching David, especially I like him when United are playing a game and it's raining. I don't know how he does it, but I think the rain gives him some kind of energy, and he now switches into beast mode, and it's something else. Raya is good. Raya has been so good since he came to us now. I think he has won 2 Golden Gloves back to back, and it's on course to win a third one. Because currently he's leading the goal kick chart in the EPL. Clean sheets chart in the EPL, and Raya is good. No disrespect to Raya, but personally, I will go for Van der Sar. That guy was something else.
Okay, I want us to see the center Ferdinand, Vidic, and also Saliba, Gabriel. Looking at this, as announced with Premier League records, most clean sheets being kept by two centre backs, Gabriel and Saliba are leading ahead of the likes of John Terry, Carvalho, ahead of Ferdinand, Vidic, and any other centre back that has paired for a period of 100 plus games ongoing. So looking at this, Sam, Van der Sar, Vidic, Gabriel, Saliba, which centre pairing are you going for?
Let me say this first before I start saying comparing. Yeah, these are two different class of leagues, or two different times that they had strikers that could not go from this that have played 5 games without scoring, and they are still being hailed as the best strikers. For me, Vidic and Ferdinand were warriors. These are people that you know that they'll go into war anytime, any day. We have pictures of Vidic having that scar and still playing. These guys will defend with their neck and with their till the game closes. I've watched Gabriel and yes, and they are very good. I think they are composed. They are having a very good season, but listen, I'll pick Vidic and Ferdinand any day.
Okay. Friends, looking at this with statistics and everything, would you back Saliba and Gabriel against Vidic and Ferdinand?
Oh yeah. These two guys, I just see the difference whenever they are not around. You could clearly see that whenever Saliba or Gabriel are not around, you could clearly see that these guys are the pivotal, and they are the actual reason why this team is solid. Because I think if you are that good, it starts from the defense. It starts from how you build up, how you are solid at the back end. Gabriel and Saliba gives us that confidence, even going forward. Gives us that enough confidence going forward. So personally, I think, and I know the viewers will even agree with me on this, that when it comes to Saliba and Gabriel, this partnership, I just don't know how they do it, but they're just so composed, they are solid. Because let's be honest, coming against a Bayern Munich team, coming against an Atletico team, an Inter team, look at these guys. But this season, we've considered only 2 goals in the Champions League. That's scary. Yeah. So honestly, I don't think there was a season where Manchester United could go a whole month without conceding a goal. These guys could go a whole month.
Can I say something?
I'm coming.
No, wait.
I'm coming. These guys could go a whole month without conceding a goal. It got to a time I've lived enough to see that there was a time in my life there was a comparison like teams going to come to play against Arsenal and they're looking at teams not playing a shot on target. That is scary. That is scary. And I don't know how long I'm going to live on it, but this alone is something I need to tell the next generation that, hey, there was a time in my life a team was being compared that if you're going to play against this team, first of all, make sure you even hit a shot on scoring a goal. Okay, so honestly, Gabriel and Saliba only.
Okay.
Sam,
you said
wait. Let me chip in. This Bayern and this Atletico team that you are praising, that high, like holding them in high esteem. If you guys had met the Bayern that scored Barca H2 that time, if you had met that Bayern that don't care if they'll score you 10 or 12, that would have been a different story. I keep saying that in a way, football. I'm coming. In a way, football has gone down. In a way, the Chelsea that used to have Drogba, crazy strikers, is the same Chelsea now buying the lap. The same Arsenal team. I'm coming. The same Arsenal team going crazy over Quakers had strikers like Aubameyang and Henry. Times have changed. This
Okay.
season, I'm saying that this is one of the season that, if you're all being honest, we have one season that we've seen the worst strikers ever in EPL. If you're being honest, it's one of the seasons that I personally can't really rate the strikers that much. Even your workers that you, I mean, we are all just happy about. Can't even boast of 10 goals as of now. If I'm not mistaken.
Is it not because the defenders are
No,
good?
wait. So there are times that you can have good defenders and good strikers, and no matter how good a defender is, you find a way to score. You can't sit here and tell me that during the times of the Drogbas, the Henrys, the Tevez, those we had bad defenders. No, we had one of the best pairs ever. But the issue is the crop of strikers that we have now. I'm being honest. Listen, we used to use defenders like Ramos and Pepe as the benchmark. We had the likes of Gattuso let you carry your leg home, right? But still, strikers find ways and means to score. Now we are in an era that, listen, if you have to list the strikers this season in the EPL, let's start. Isak has had one of the worst run in his life in any league. Same as who again? Haaland is stopped performing. Guedes is going down. The I think all from the first on the table to the last on the table are having strikers issue. And it's not just here. As of now, if you are told to mention top 5 strikers or top 10 strikers, you all struggle. I don't think we can openly say, okay, this guy is on form. This guy smells blood here. So they are making the job quite easier for
defenders.
But if in that era, listen, in that era that Messi could dribble from back and come and score, do you think Gabriel and the lights could have stopped him? Come on. I'm saying we are having the same Van Dijk that we are praising 2-3 seasons ago that he's a top defender. He's a top defender. This same Van Dijk now is struggling, right? But Van Dijk in that era faced strikers, like top strikers. Not even that top, but he faced the likes of Haaland and co. I'm saying we are in a season now. As of now, I'm being honest that this is one of the worst seasons in EPL.
Sam, don't you think the defenders are doing their work well? So they should also receive praises for it. Because as you mentioned, some time back, we were complaining that they were top strikers, and you also added they were top defenders as at then. I remember in some 10 years back, every club at least had 2 pair of centre backs that were world class.
Yeah.
But even those times, we were getting the likes of Lionel Messi scoring 90 goals per season, even comparing to the top world class centre backs. So I think maybe we should give credit to some of the centre backs this time.
Yeah.
With the aggressiveness and also 1 or 2 things they've learned to now limit these recent strikers from getting goals.
That's what I'm saying, that they're doing very well. I won't take that down from them. They're doing very well. But let's come to the other side and look at the crop of strikers that we have now in football. They're not, if I'm wrong, then I stand to correct it. They are not strikers that you say, okay, this guy can go from 10 yards or from 20 yards away. No, I think we are in that era that strikers don't give you that scary factor anymore. So yes, they are doing very well in defending, but we are also in that era that strikers don't really scare defenders again. That's why even in Arsenal, you can say their best goal scorers now are their defenders. Am I lying?
No. So I want us to look at their midfield pairings. They with Man United.
What about their right back and left back?
Okay, but I wanted us to.
I see a Brown somewhere. I don't know if it's Tom Brown or
Where's Brown?
West Brown. He was one of the best at that time.
You know, West Brown.
One of the best.
Man like Zippy. Hey.
Let's look at the midfield pairing. We had Scholes, Carrick, and also we are looking at Declan Rice with Odegaard. With these two pairing, which of them are going to go for Prince?
Okay, so please let me have the name again. So we have Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes and Carrick and Rice and Odegaard.
Okay, so
when it comes to people that can bust the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, honestly, when I saw the United lineup, I felt like Nani should have been out for someone like Ryan Giggs should be added in that midfield. I don't know if Ryan Giggs was part of that year group, but honestly, I love Ryan Giggs for how he was so composed on the ball in that middle. So when you're asking about Carrick and Paul Scholes, choosing between Carrick and Paul Scholes and Odegaard and Declan Rice, I think I'll go for Paul Scholes and Carrick. The reason being that Carrick brought a different style of football to the DM role. Today we see the likes of Caicedo being so aggressive, the likes of what's his name? Yeah, those guys are so aggressive. But when you look at Carrick, the time he was playing for Manchester United, and you could clearly see that kind of Sergio Busquets style. They are so composed. They relax the game and they play their defensive role as if they are playing the wings or something. They are just composed on the ball and all that, and it gives so much control in that midfield. And we all know Paul Scholes. Scholes was a top player. I admire him from some of those long range shots that he could just shoot from the back and score. And the pairing that he was used to have with Giggs and all that, and all those guys in the middle there was superb. So honestly, I'll no disrespect. Today, we have Declan Rice doing so well, playing all round midfield, attacking midfield, central midfield, defensive. Odegaard could sit back and help the defense, could track back, could progress well and all that. They've learned a lot. They've added so much to the game now. But I think I'll be honest and I want to go for Scholes and Carrick.
Okay. So, Sam, I want to ask this question. Looking at the 208-207 squad, if you had to pick any team you've experienced in this world, which team do you think can go boot to boot with this 207-208 squad? Like in general, not in the EPL, it can cut across to other leagues. Which team do you think can have that pedigree to match them?
Oh, I think two teams come in mind. Madrid, the year that crop of team that did the 5 Champions League.
They won the 3 Champions League on a row.
That's
3 Champions League on the row.
3 Champions League on the row. That team was incredible. I think one of the best teams we've seen in Europe. And I think when Man U was at its peak in EPL, there was one team that always gave us that had challenge, and that was the Chelsea Drogba time. I think that team also had everything from the likes of Terry, Drogba, Mikel Arteta. I think it was Czech in the pool. I think they had a solid. That was the era that Mourinho came and made that whole change in the Chelsea era. So I think that crop of...
I think that was the 205-206
Chelsea set was amazing. I think it was out of hate for them that made me love my club more. So I think this because my dad was a diehard Chelsea fan, and whenever whenever he's happy, it was just irritating. So it made me love my club more. So that 2005-2006 team was amazing. So I think these two teams, the Madrid treble with the Champions League and the 2005-2006 Chelsea team. Yeah.
Okay, so Prince, looking at this Arsenal team, if you had to pick any two teams to go boot to boot, like when it comes to performance level, they would match this Arsenal team from previous, from even recent. Which team are you going to pick? Maybe one or two teams.
I think I'll pick, just like Sam said, the Madrid team that won the Champions League
three times.
Had the likes of Gary Bale, Pepe, Ramos, Carvajal, and who was their keeper back then? Was it still Courtois?
No, Casillas.
It was Casillas. Yes, Casillas, and I think there was this goalkeeper that also came in during that time.
Yeah, they were so good, I think. And there's this group of players. I don't know if it was Pochettino that assembled it at Tottenham, where they had Lucas Moura.
They went to the Champions League final.
The final. Those guys, I don't know how they were. I don't know how he brought those guys apart. They were so good.
Wanyama,
Modric, Dele Alli, those guys were so good. They went to the Champions League final and lost. Those guys, they were so good. They were very compact. They were very, very compact. And to even, I think they beat, I remember they beat a team like that and they went to the final.
Beat Manchester City.
Yeah, but they beat Man City and they went to the final of the Champions League. Those guys were so good. And so I think that team and the Madrid team, I think this team, yeah. And if I'll add one, I think Bayern Munich assembled a team under Jupp Heynckes.
Yeah.
Jupp Heynckes, and that time
he won the 4 trophies in a row. Yeah. I think quadruple, in a row.
Yeah, it's Robin Ribery era.
Robin Ribery, that's quite.
These guys were just something else. And whenever they are coming at you, it's like, I don't know, but they attack you with some kind of force that you can't resist it. No matter how you want to defend, you just can't resist those guys. And we're very good because Robin takes the ball and he's coming at you. I don't know how this current right wingers and left wingers are not learning from those guys. Well, as soon as they come at you, as soon as they pick it up, they are coming at you. You could be 3-4, they will still come at you. And you know clearly that Robin will bend the ball to the far right corner. But you can't just do anything. Those guys were just superb.
Okay, so let us know in the comment section what you think about these two teams, the 2007-2008 Man United team versus the Arsenal 2025-2026 teams. And also let us know which team you were scared of or which team do you think can battle both of these teams. Also in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and also share so that people can watch. Yeah.
Ben, before you end, thank you very much for not trying to compare the strikers to the 07-08 strikers.
No, we picked positions that we think that we need to talk about.
That would have been a crime. I was waiting for you to.
We picked positions that we wanted to talk about. We can't talk about all the players. Okay. So thank you, Sam. Thank you, Prince, for sharing your thoughts on this debate going on and also giving us insight on teams that you think we should be looking at them, especially from previous years, which have been performing so well. So thank you all for joining us.
You're welcome.